Well, today is April 15th, technically tax day, but not this year. Yay for that. But you remember how in the last video I said maybe a little too early for things to go in the ground in Michigan? Well, this is why. Well, hey folks, it is the middle of April here in Michigan, and last night we had a freeze, which was, if you remember from my last video, I said I was kind of reluctant to put anything in the ground because of, what happens in April in Michigan, and it happened. So, hope nobody else got caught putting stuff in the ground that, may not survive. I did put a few things in the ground that are more cold tolerant, but the one thing that I did put in the ground back over there in that corner was some okra, and I don't think that's gonna make it. Other than that though, I'm gonna have a couple rows of peas, like sugar snap, snow pea type things, and over here I was gonna do. I actually already planted kale and Swiss chard, so those are both fairly cold tolerant. Kale actually, if you plant it at the right time in the late summer, and you start getting the crop coming in the fall, it actually tastes better after cold snaps. So yeah, things are starting to finally pick up though. It looks like I'll take you guys inside, show you my seed starts. Okay, so this is my little setup that I have. It's just a little closet, little coat closet that I put all my stuff in here to start at the beginning of spring. I have this other set over here. And I've been rotating these every day so they can get the light, get more light, I should say. This is everything I've got going on as far as what I started from seeds back here, and there's several different things. A lot of tomatoes, okra, even back there is Brussels sprouts back over there. But everything's coming in pretty well. I think that here within the next probably 2 weeks, I should be able to direct sow some other things that I have as far as beans go and whatnot, and corn, and the rest of this stuff will get transplanted, hardened off, and then eventually put in the ground as well. And I mentioned in a Facebook post here locally, I may have some extras that I'll probably give away to my neighbors that are things that are not going to be able to go, fit in my garden actually. So, anyways, hope all is well with you guys. I will jump back over, and I wanted to make another comment real quick. So one last thing that I wanted to mention real quick that I don't think that I mentioned in my last video was the fact that if you plant everything at one time, you're going to have everything ready to harvest at one time. And unless that's what you're going for, chances are you're trying to feed yourself throughout the course of time over the summer and whatnot. So you're going to want to stagger your planting out. And all you really got to do is count the days to harvest to see how regularly you want to harvest. So let's say if you have something that you're planting that you're probably going to eat and consume a fair amount of it within a week to 2 week span, you just separate out the number of days for maturity for the next plants to go in. So either you're starting those from seed, like separately in container trays, or you're going to direct sow, and you just do it a little at a time. And as those other plants mature and you get ready to remove them, you can remove them and start new on that back side, so long as you have enough time in your growth season left over. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It's kind of just a practical tip. Hope everyone is doing well in the midst of this crisis and lockdown and everything. If anybody's been paying attention, you don't need me to tell you what's going on here in the state of Michigan. Our governor just doing stupid stuff, outlawing people buying seeds, going to nurseries and stuff. They even had the nursery that I go to on the news here recently, which was just kind of wild. But yeah, I mean, I hope that we're gonna get out of this okay. I think we will, especially if people are able to, if the nurseries are able to maintain what they have, and then the doors open back on May 1st or whenever it is, then I think for the most part we might be okay, as long as people can get there and really be serious about growing stuff and not try to hoard plants and whatnot like that either. That's not a good idea, because then you don't leave stuff for other people, obviously. But when it comes down to it, sorry, I'm shaking this thing so much. Just being prepared is really what matters here. Doing what you're supposed to do as far as trying to feed your own family. There definitely are food shortages coming down the line. It's only a matter of time till it hits us. We may still be okay. We may still get workers that get out there and make some things happen this year, and I feel confident in that. But one of the main things that you really have to take into consideration is food logistics. And if you know anything about logistics, I spent the majority of my adult life in logistics and freight forwarding, and especially when it comes to food, you know, we're importing food from all over the world to put on our grocery shelves, and it's kind of ridiculous, you know. So I would really encourage folks to start buying more locally, and growing and supporting your growing locally, buying locally, going to farmers markets, you know, going places where you can pick up what is here grown locally, because that also helps your own body, you know, as far as the nutrients that you get, the allergens that are produced in a certain area. You know, it can really help you out as far as what you're able to tolerate from allergies yourself when you eat stuff that's grown here locally. You eat honey that's made locally. You know, all these types of just, you know, microbiomes that are inside your gut, that are inside your body. Everything is very affected. And when you start importing stuff, not only does the nutrients diminish very quickly when plants are harvested, but you know, if it's coming 2 or 3 weeks from far away from the other side of the world, how much nutrients does it have left by the time it gets to your mouth, you know? So take that into consideration. The faster that you can get food harvested and into your mouth, the more nutrients it will have. So if the more you're eating locally, the better off you're going to be. And once again, what you're eating locally is exposed to all the local allergens and everything like that, and it can help your body produce its own antigens and antibodies. So just another thing to think about. Hope you guys are blessed. Hope you guys are doing very well. Love all you guys. God bless you. Grow big, grow home, grow to save.